For such a little boy, such a very long journey. Ahmed's journey ends here in the UK, or so he hopes. With his big brother, he's now living in a hostel in Birmingham. It's tough, they say, but at least they're safe. They fled Afghanistan, where nearly 2,000 civilians have been killed or wounded in the first 3 months of this year. The number of children who've been killed has gone up by a third. Kidnaps are a regular occurrence. Going to school can be a dangerous business for a 7-year-old boy. Afghans are now the second largest group of people behind Syrians applying for asylum in the EU. Ahmed travelled with his older brother Jawad, who's still fearing for his safety, asked not to be identified.
Tell me what you can about why you decided to bring your brother on what has been a very long and dangerous journey.
جان ما در خطر بود، جان فامیل ما در خطر بود دیگه. ما مجبور شدیم، یعنی میفهمید مشکلات هست، مشکلات را میگفتم مردم که سر نکنیم سختی هست. بعد ما مجبور شدیم که آمده. از شاخون آمده.
Selfies taken en route only give part of the picture. It was, they say, a journey which took months, travelling from Afghanistan through Pakistan and Iran.
هیچ غذا نداشتیم، دودان تخم داشتیم، هوا نداشتیم، مردم میگیریم در بوتل برف هم مینداخت میکرد.
کسایی دیدیم که بدون سرپرست بود، من که با این بودم برادر بزرگش بود، میتونستم مثلا یک کمکش کنم در پوش ببرمش، یک جا ببرمش تا اینجا برسانمش.
Packed in with other refugees, Ahmed said they were held captive by people smugglers in Turkey for 20 days.
ما در بعضی بچه‌ها دیدیم که مثلا حتی فامیل نداشت، که حتی طفلای خرد اونجا بود، که حتی شکنجه میکردشون، لطشان میکردن. دیگه زندگی از او مثلا در خطر بود، نمی‌فهمیدیم چی کمک برای او بدیم، حتی خود ما خود کمک کردن نمی‌تونیم، با خود جای خدا داره.
Eventually they were freed to carry on one of the most perilous legs of the journey.
بعد از باز ما رفتیم در کشتی پلاستیکی ششتیم، در جا طوفانی هم بود، باز کشتی قیل رفتید پایین رفتید، باز در نصف ساحل رسیدیم، اونجا تیل هم خلاص کردیم، نصف ساحل رسیدیم، باز اونجا کشتی ما چپشت، باز کشتی کلان آمد باز جا داد باز.
From the sea to the jungle, Ahmed says he arrived here at Calais camp as winter was taking hold. A network of volunteers like Liz Clegg from the UK were doing their best to create as normal a life as possible for the hundreds of children who ended up here.
جنگل جای خوب نبود، جنگل خشم نبود، پلیس هست، من اسپری میزد میرم. جنگل که جای چیوری بود ایمانات فقط.
But every night Ahmed and his brother, armed only with a mobile phone given to them by Liz, would join the hordes of people trying to sneak onto the container lorries destined for the UK.
فایر راستکی دوایی کردن باز مردم کلگی دوید نه بیادن دست را گرفت همین رقم طرف رفتیم دونجا بودیم همین رقم فایر آمد بازی طرف رفتیم اسپری وارد کردن میرم. تا وقت درقم اسپری داغ جاکی رقم درقم سر دوم من دوکم.
Finally, one night, Ahmed and his brother made it onto one of the lorries heading to Britain.
When you finally got onto one of the trucks, what was that like? I mean, you're packed in this truck with lots of other big people.
یکی که رسید باز اکسیدن خلاص کرد چی در زدیم باز آخر زد آمد باش که از زنگ زد باز زنگ زد باز داشت باز گفتم در موتر اکسیدن نیست.
دیگه یک جایی مثلا باشه که تاریک مثل قبرستان داره، قبرستان که روان باشه داره هر ازش فکر میکنی مردی دیگه زندگیش.
Liz phoned the police and they tracked the lorry to a service station in Leicester.
پلیس زنگ زد باز پلیس آمد باز درم باز نمیشد در به سختی شکستاندک در باز کرد باز رکن بیرون دارد پلیس ایشان خوب است.
Since arriving in April, Birmingham has become their home. They've applied for asylum, but there is still much to be sorted. The little things are easy.
میخوایم زد قبلی بگیرم باز آخری که خانه داد نکتم دست خانه فیلر.
But while he waits, a treat.
This one?
Inca, one of the volunteers from the camp in Calais, comes to check he's okay and take him out for the day. It's a very different world for Ahmed now, but his future here is far from certain. Back at the hostel and back to normal life. His long journey from Afghanistan may be over, but it's taken its toll. Ahmed's been prescribed eye drops to deal with the after effects of the tear gassing in the jungle. He may hope for a future as a pilot. For now, his dreams are dominated by the past.
دیخواهی که پلیس جنگل سر ما باز اسپری میزنه میامار دیفوت میکنه.
Ahmed, who's lost contact with his family in Afghanistan, hopes he'll be allowed to stay here. But he also wishes the many children he met along the way could be given a home too. He knows not everyone feels the same. There are some people who don't want migrants, refugees to come to this country. What would you say to them?
چرا خوش ندارن که چرا خوش ندارن مردم ها چی گناه کرده که چی که یا میگن